Hey, Tony Carousel, New Haven Independent News Break for March 30th, 2023. So tonight, was quite a night for people from New Haven visiting Augusta. Let me explain here. So you see behind me here, if you were lucky enough to get an invite, Louis Klingert and 150 of his closest friends and relatives all partied on the Miss Augusta, the boat that's over in Augusta. Lewis rented out the boat. Let me pop in a few pictures here. Lewis rented out the boat for his private party and did a sort of a dinner cruise from 6:30 to 8:30 up the Missouri River. Um, Made it basically about probably about halfway between where they take off at the Klondike boat ramp going up to Washington. So it's probably about halfway. The captain of the ship told me that Washington is basically 11 miles from the Klondike boat ramp, and we went up the river about 5 miles and then turned around and then floated back for the 2 hour cruise. So there was live music on two decks, which is pretty fantastic. Lots of people jamming. This was on the first deck, and then Lewis and his group were up on the second deck. Let's see what else we got here. Here's Curtis Boyer and Dave from D&D Pest Control, and then Curtis's wife Shonda all the way over to the right hand side there in the brown leather coat. Certainly enjoying having a good time, and you can see this on the top deck on the third deck as we're headed towards the Labadee power plant. Let's see what else we got here. Here are Astral Glass and also Jeannie Damschrader from Central Hotel. So there's Gary Rice, Gary and Judy on the left hand side, and then Lance on the right hand side, Lance Strohecker on the right hand side. And we were all certainly having a great old time telling stories. And then here's the view after they turned around. We were just west of the Labadee power plant after they turned around, and we're headed back downriver, back down towards to go back to the Klondike boat ramp. So that's so there's about 150 people that the boat can hold in terms of capacity, and then also the crew. So the boat was remarkably smooth. I'm sure a lot of people were quite impressed tonight with the whole boat, and essentially how smooth it is and how nice it is, and very impressive. So highly recommend it if you ever have an opportunity to go on a party. I've seen several people book it for wedding, bachelor parties, wedding parties, bachelorette parties, all kinds of parties. Um, anyway, it was wonderful, and thanks to Lewis for throwing a party. He threw the party, and it was in the theme was a celebration of life, and that he's still alive. So it was kind of a tongue in cheek in the sense of just a good reason to throw a party. So and I think everybody really had such a fantastic time. So thanks again to Lewis for inviting everybody to come out on the boat. The other the other aspect tonight was at Root Restaurant. And if you've never been to Root Restaurant, it's really quite an amazing place. It used to be a coffee shop. I'm trying to think what the name of the coffee shop was, but Root has taken it over. It's been, I guess, Root Restaurant for like the last 2 or 3 years, and they serve up some really amazing cuisine. Um, I don't know quite how to describe it. I went because I knew that Jerry Mueller from Robler Winery, who you see basically right in the center with the dark shirt, who's standing towards the back of the room there, Jerry had the renown, I guess, for being chosen by Root to do a wine pairing with some of Root's dishes. So they had a 5-course meal tonight at Root Restaurant. And Jerry brought over uh, some of the great Robler wines, and they had already prepared the wines with the various dishes. And I was not fortunate enough to be able to go. I first I started out on the boat, so I didn't have the opportunity to attend for the meal. But I fortunately was stopped in and caught the later part of the meal, of the 5-course meal, to snap a couple of pictures for the paper, and I'll certainly call Jerry and get some information about how successful it was too. So there's this picture, and then I snapped another one where Jerry was at the bar with some of his vintages of the wines that they were pairing tonight with the various courses. So another exciting little, I guess, a coup for New Haven that some they chose. Here's a restaurant in Augusta with plenty of Augusta wineries, and they picked Jerry, the Robler Winery right here in New Haven, picked Jerry to come and pair wines with their various dishes. Another thing, part of this too, to kind of brag on Robler Winery, is that Robler was chosen by the Wine Bible, which is Karen McNeil's publication that she puts out every couple of years. The Wine Bible basically covers the world, and Missouri certainly didn't get much information in there, but they featured the folks at the Wine Bible contacted Jerry earlier this year, and maybe the later part of last year, and they were fortunate enough to be able to request some of the wines from Robler, and they featured a couple of the vintages in the book, which is just incredibly prestigious for the winery. So another claim to fame for New Haven tonight. So lots of folks from New Haven on Miss Augusta tonight, and Jerry from Robler Winery featured as the wine pairing at a really pretty famous Augusta restaurant. So anyway, lots to be proud of tonight. And so also today I went downtown and I checked out how the progress on the Front Street and putting the asphalt down. And so they put down, Front Street is pretty close to being finished. There's a section over by the railroad tracks, the railroad ties, that will have to be taken care of. But it's looking really good for the film festival. So if you're considering coming downtown for the film festival on Saturday, all the roads and everything should have at least one coating of asphalt down, and possibly all two. I know that they're probably planning on actually finishing up in total next week. So they probably won't have everything finished tomorrow, but sometime next week, with the weather permitting, that they are looking to the light at the end of the tunnel finally for everybody to breathe a sigh of relief and be able to look forward to really a beautiful I guess, renovation with the roads and the streets and everything downtown. So anyway, if you're coming downtown over the weekend, make sure you stop in for the film festival, or maybe a dinner at Dos Bros or at Paddle Stop. And also on Saturday night, so if you were going to do an ultimate date night, you could finish off the night at the Preservation Society and Salt of the Earth from the St. Louis Band, plays their own original music. And they've played here many times in the past. They're always a favorite here in town. So if you get a chance, you could finish off your night at the Salt of the Earth concert at 7 p.m. at the Preservation Society. So anyway, with that, I would like to thank tonight's sponsor, People's Savings Bank. So thanks to People's for sponsoring us tonight and allowing us to bring you the news in social media and also in print. So with that, this is Tony Carosella signing off, New Haven Independent News Break. Thanks for watching.